members of the press. My name is Ajuna Daka, the MP contestant for Porto City Central Division constituency. I'm the FDC flag bearer, and I'm the Secretary for Mobilization Forum for Democratic Change. We have invited you on a short notice. We really apologize. The purpose of this briefing is to tell the world, to show you the fourth estate, that very many irregularities were cited on the arrival of polling materials that arrived in Fort Porto City last night. Many irregularities range from documentation, the way things were managed, and other things, other issues that will be cited by my colleagues that we'll talk later. First of all, the documentation was not proper. When you look at the dispatch note, that was shown to us shows that it lacks authenticity. Even an LC1 document is more authentic than this document. A document that is not on a headed paper, a document that has no serial number, a document that is not stamped from the EC or Independent Electoral Commission offices from Kampala. You find that we have issues with the boxes themselves. The boxes themselves have damages. Most boxes have damages on top. I can recall boxes of Mandako Ward, Bukumbi Catholic Church, and Mandako Catholic Church polling stations, to be specific. All were cut on top and have fresh welding spots, which causes suspicion that those boxes were tampered with. On arrival, yes, we were given an opportunity to inspect the seals on the truck, but those seals, opened the seals, we discovered that inside the vehicle was a flat tire, which we suspect was used as a spare tire. I checked around the vehicle, there was no spare tire, and the tire that was replaced, was put in the cabin or the box where the campaign materials, where the polling materials were put, which causes suspicion that along the way, the driver must have changed the tire, and instead of putting it somewhere where the tire is supposed to be, the damaged tire, he put it in the truck. After removing the seals, was in the box together with the polling materials, and when we asked the driver, because the road, and he accidentally or intentionally put he was not cooperative. The security people were not cooperative. Then we asked the driver to tell us whether he replaced the seals, because it is not practically possible for him to use the same serial numbers as dispatched from from the headquarters to come and change them along the way, and have the which is not authentic. Those people might with the materials along the way. Secondly, when we were asking, we are not cooperative. The security people were harsh on us. The security people manhandled some of us. They like that illustration shows that when we tried to talk to the man, the man who was driving it, he was not cooperative at all, and eventually to send away the person who was recording the video. I don't know whether it was intentional or something they are trying to hide, or there is something that has happened already. We are here to ask Electoral Commission. We are here to ask Electoral Commission to help explain some of these irregularities, like damaged tire was ordered to was harshly handled and sent out. We think there is something that is already done to manipulate the outcome of this situation. For total FDC together with NU, many concerns around these irregularities. We call upon the Electoral Commission to come and explain to us whether these things that are written on this fake document are ones that they sent to us here. We think it is proper for Electoral Commission to explain to us the stakeholders, the voters, together with the voters, that they said had no damage at all. Sorry. We want the Electoral Commission to come out and explain whether those boxes that have fresh welding spots on them were not tampered with along the way, or they came like that, or they came damaged from Kampala. We want to us that this election is going to be free and fair. We have fresh wounds from the 2021 general election, where we had results that cannot be understood by anybody who knows mathematics. For example, the number of ballot papers that were issued on polling station Katale Kenjara Ruengoma Ward for Koto City Division in 2021. The number of ballot papers issued to that polling station were 217. 217 ballots were issued on the polling station, but the number of unused ballot papers were 333. Where did the rest come from? Okay. Now we have another polling station in the Kagote Ward, West Division offices. Kagote Ward, West Division offices. They received 216 ballot papers, but 200 were not used. Which suggests that the number of ballot papers that come in the boxes are either inflated or underdeclared. You see? Now, another polling station called the Kitumba Catholic Church in Kitumba, Kitumba Ward. No. Let's go to this. The numbers were not included, but the number of males who voted were 105. The number of females who voted were 80. The number of females who voted were 80. Okay? But now, from those 80, Ajuna Daka of FDC scored 65. Alex Ruhunda of NRM scored 94. 65 plus 94, those are 159. 159 from seven ballots went to other candidates. Those are 166. 166. No spoiled ballot paper, okay? But 166 votes. But from the tally, you see that 80 ladies, 80 females voted, and 105 voted, which suggests that 185 people voted, which brings a deficit of 20 ballots. Okay? That is Kitumba Ward, Zonal Offices A. When you go to Nyakagongo Ward, Nyakagongo Parish Headquarters polling station, still you find that the number of ballot papers issued on that polling station, were 320. 173 were not used. But from 327, Alex alone of NRM got 280. Shared, meaning that 287 plus we have 15, 290. 7 plus the 11 plus the 7 plus the 13, that is 300, less than 300 people voted for the candidates, but okay, meaning that extra 100 ballots were included. Now, where do those ballots come from? Causes alarm that our concern is valid. Those boxes, either they added ballots or they removed ballots to be used in other polling stations. When you come to Bazaar Ward, Kabale Baptist Church, they received 400 ballot papers. That may be okay. It is this one. What's the name of polling station? They received 451. Meaning that they did not use any ballots that were sent by, but on that same polling station, I received 160. And no ballot that was sent by Electoral Commission was used. Okay? So now, given that history, I think it is not proper for us, the key stakeholders in this election, to leave and Uganda at large to take keen look at this process, the delivering of polling materials, very serious, because we may be looking for votes, we may be campaigning, and yet the election is already determined. The election may be already determined. So now I can request the people of Fort Portal to come out and demand that these Electoral Commission officials explain how such things come about. There is no way whatsoever how even a nursery child, a nursery pupil can accept that this is a document from Electoral Commission. That document from Electoral Commission, it cannot be understood. And for us to prove that this document is theirs, we took pictures with them. We took pictures showing that document. That is the RDC, that is the RCC smiling with that fake document that it is from Electoral Commission. You see? Now, I don't know what we are going to do. I don't know how we shall stop this. And I can request that you, the people of Uganda, come in and stop any irregularities that may arise in this election. We have invested in a lot of time. The people of Uganda are hungry for change. But we see that the so-called Independent Electoral Commission is trying to play around. Is trying to play around the voters, and we strongly condemn that. Murtoro, nyowe ibaliange kandi ni nyowe nyesimbira hatari wa member of parliament. Kiro chejo the flag bearer wa FDC. Kiro chejo ba lisireko sezo bruzi kirege kiro chejo. Baitu kandi turozere ebintu bingi muno. Ebizire mukaruru ako. Haro ibihandike bibaresere ebikuoleka ngu obururu bwizire ekipapuro ekibwira Electoral Commission kyonka n'ebbaruha ya chairman yokusaba amaizi mundu kusaba kutasha amashanyarazi munju yawe n'ekikera. Ekipapuro kinu nosanga ngu tichikuoleka kantu kona kuoleka ngu kiribwira Electoral Commission. tikine serial number, tikine headed paper, tikire na stamp. Kandi ukikirege bakitwoleka twabakaguza busari kandiko kile kya electoral commission yasindikire bagamba ido takaguza kindi kiona ekibalesere nikiki nabweki nyowe ninsaba abantu ba football show naba abesimbiro bagenzi bange turone twatangira okwibaka urukano obwire butakagenzera hano okwibaka urukano nikijya kutufokera kizibu cyamani muno kakuba tutafayo kandi tukakireka kikagenda kiti so nabweki ekitwerikiriza kiringu ebintu ebibeireho gabyone ijo nibitwerikiriza ngo akarurukano basoko bakozereki batandikire kukakwatamu urundi bakayibiri omusajja omukorora aho ehire yoga amaze gukingura kufore ya box board ege na ballot boxes zisire ya kwata twasanga harimo umupira ogusisikaire urungi okufuira okutekeza kutebereza kuba ehira hamotokaye yateka ugundi yateka spare tire obutumuka bwizo bara batungire puncture harugudo abe atakweta kutugaruka mu kintu kiona kandi n'abakuru ba electoral commission bekai batakumikiza kubaza kintu kiona kwa bagamba tinuwe kagambe wekitongole kya electoral commission ompira gusisikaire orede guli mu bururu obu motoka twagiye torora idaro spare tire yona ishkumanyisa ngo motoka igiye fira mu rugudo bayibisa ompira bakoraki bagutekaho eki nikitwolekaki ngu either nambera hikire ayibaire nesirwe zindi ezibateiremu ubundi baine ebintu ebingi ebibakozere ha box yezo then bamara bakoraki bazipanga mu motoka boxes zonka zine ebizibu box kutandikira ha polling stations ezamandako ward haliyo Bukumbi Catholic Church, Mandako Catholic Church, yezo zona boxi haiguru zisumuruirwe zisazirwe kandi ziwerudingirweho norora ngoke zongiza werudingirwe Ibale ward eyumfotposho Kanyamakere ward Kanyamakere polling station nayo ekozereki esazirwe Kitarasa Kikura Bulima Sanyo compound polling station nayo akabox kayo kasazirwe bakawerudingaho Rubingo ward Kikike Kinyamansohera trading center polling station nayo bakisazire bagiwerudingaho Rubingo parish headquarters polling station ya Rubingo ward nayo box bakisazire silu zero betu bakisazire bangera bagiwerudinga Karago Bukuku L to Z Kazingo Nyakikoni Nyakagongo parish mu Footpoto Central Katentebere na Nyakagongo Rwenkuba polling station Chiguma Catholic Church polling stations nazo zitemerezwa kuba zisazirwe Butebe parish Butebe ward Butebe parish headquarters Butangira meeting place mwa Florence mwa compound ya Florence Butebe primary school Kahinjwe SS L to Z Mugoma factory Mountains of the Moon ezo zona ballot boxes black ballot boxes haiguru zisazirweho kandi zine fresh welding spots so na weki tinkumanya inyo abakomi murachwa muki Bazaar Harkoto Kasese Road Kaborole Primary School former Link Bus Park Kaborole Baptist Church Chibambe Modo Primary School compound Kaborole Hill Mungu Mwema Church yezo na boxes basazira higuru zikozereki ntebereza aida bayine behiremu undi bene bongire mu boxes hakuba seal zero kandi seal ezo nzitungire seal zona tuzitungire kurugira mu electoral commission yitwa nka FDC zona nzina hano betu kandi box ziri tampered with seal zero betu box zisazirwa bongera bazwelinga bushaka mchetekeleza so na habweki abarwengoma mulore park kahinju primary school itano church diza supply kitumba chioja kabegera kitega yona kitumba zone offices kagote west division offices kagote primary school ukwali Yaraka open grounds black box Yaraka open grounds na yesazirwe Nzara Trading Center, Nzara Photo Institute of Commerce, Kamengo Secondary School, Nzara Photo Institute of Commerce, Nzara C, nazo zona zisazirwe bazwe ulinga bushaka. Nyabukara Ulianyenje nayo esazirwe. Nagweki tuliyo ntusaba Electoral Commission Electoral Commission Kampala etugambire box yezo kubo nobe zibasazire bazwoldinga bushaka rundi zisalirwe muhanda habukuba byone bikuoleka ebibayiro nibituoleka ngu box zino zikozere zitungire zikwasiweho hakuba kutandikira motoka yenyine ine seal bitukande orere hali mpira ogufire ogutire kugamba yaguiha motoka yateka spare tire yagugarao eki ikituoleka ngu driver unababire naba security batamparingire naki na box ingo kwizire ekintu ekindi abantu abekene kukwata evidence yeki tubikirize muntu wena kukwata evidence na umojo wabena akwata evidence yeki bamuhiro bamubinga hero bakali bamubingire bamukwasira amajeki bamutwara hero esimbeke bagamenya kuiraho naye nagibehaho hampaka naye simu ngibehiroga hampaka nabagamba esimu yetu mwina hamugitwara hakuba ekya recordingire is very good piece of information era tukonyera itu nkabaki ngaba stakeholders bakarurukana nabweki ni saba Electoral Commission etugambire ebintu bine byesindikire nekihandiko kine kitakuoleka ngu kirugire Electoral Commission tikine serial number tikine una headed paper kandi tikine na stamp na ndio kinitekeza nti omuntu wena naso kiekora so ntutekereza ngo ebintu ebirugire mu Electoral Commission kuja kuka footport hano bitalebanizibwe kandi bisokota twakaruba kamazimu webale mun halitu hano tuinaho Davis wa Mungu coordinator wa MUP Toro Subregion nawe asogire kiyagamba.
Yeah, good afternoon members of the press. My name is Ajuna Daka. I'm the coordinator for National Unity Platform for Toro Subregion. First and foremost, we want to extend our disappointment to the National Electoral Commission, and we are immediately requesting Justice Yabakama to immediately respond to these anomalies that we have responded to this afternoon. Yesterday, most of districts in Toro received their ballot boxes and ballots that are in the boxes and all other materials. In Kawarole, we did not encounter such things. We supervised and the boxes were showing they had been worked on for some time. Actually, they had some rust on them, meaning these boxes had been kept for some time. But to our surprise, the boxes that arrived in Fort Potro, the 190 boxes for 190 polling stations in Fort Potro, most of them, they had been, you would say, them new, as if these boxes had just been procured. Meaning, if either they were cut and they added on the top, or the Abakama must explain when these boxes were procured. Because if a box was procured within a period of 2 to 5 days, it must be having some rust on it. But these were showing as if they were new and from a factory on that day. So we suspect there are some anomalies that must have taken place. Secondly, the delivery note that accompanied these documents, the materials, is not authentic. We do not know if it is from the National Electoral Commission, which claims to be independent, or they are from NASA. Because the documents shows, if you check on this document, it shows the way how it is here, the number of the vehicle, the polling stations, the number of the ballot boxes packed, the boxes of ink bots, the date and time when the vehicle left that area. But the delivery note does not show that there was a tire, a damaged tire that was packed within these machines. Because we tried to inquire the Electoral Commission officials for Midwestern, they were hesitant and arrogant. Wow. So we could not understand. If the tire had been packed within the vehicle, that means it would be on the delivery note. That means we suspect that the vehicle had a puncture on the way to Fort Potro. They removed it, put another one, tampered with the seals that had been put at Electoral Commission, and put new seals that either are forged or fabricated of the same numbers. Now, we want Mr. Byabakama to immediately respond to this the moment he receives this communication, so that the people of Fort Potro go to the polls when they are ready, sure that they are going to have a free and fair election. This election is not affecting only the presidential candidates. It is also affecting those who are going to vote for constituency MPs and women MPs. So you don't know either they tampered with the ballot papers of MPs, presidents, or women MPs. So it is not affecting us as NUP, as FDC, but it is affecting all the stakeholders and all other candidates that are in this election. So we must fight this impunity, and it must be responded to immediately. I'm sure in other rural areas like Kitagwena and the rest, we sent our people, they may have not been keen enough to realize how these boxes were packed. We know we are going to use a new digital system of voting, but we want this system to be free and fair. If we win Mr. Museveni, we shall have won him, and we want the results to be declared on that polling station. We want the results that are got on the polling station to be transmitted at the tally center. We are aware security is going to interrupt those who will be transporting the declaration forms. But we tell you, the security, that we are aware of whatever is going on. And we want to assure you, we want a free and fair election. But before we get the free and fair elections, we want these anomalies to be addressed so fast. Because the people of Toro, the people of Fort Potro, they need change at the moment. This is the last election Ugandans are going to hold and get change that they want. because Ugandans are tired of elections that do not mature what they have actually voted for. Now we are calling on, most especially these swing voting stations, Harubao Church of Uganda, Butebe, the polling stations in Butebe ward. We are reliably informed that most of NRM officials still votes from Chiguma, Nyakitojo, Mandako, Kazingo, and the Chitaka wards, plus Chitarasa. We are warning them today in this press conference that we are checking all these anomalies, and we are assuring you that these anomalies must be worked on. And on the does not rectify on any of these claims we are putting across. Our teams are going to be on ground by 6:30 to ascertain the ballot papers that will be from these black boxes. If we find any other anomalies, accordingly, that election will be rejected on that single polling station, and it will be cancelled immediately. We call Yabakama to be on the ground. His teams must be on the ground. They must not show signs. Finally, the machines are guarded by police. The keys for where these ballot papers are kept by DPCs. A DPC moving with a key of Ugandans' election ballot papers either in a bar or in his own car is very dangerous. There must have been a very central place where these keys are kept and guarded accordingly. Last night we left for Potro and a key was given to a woman, DPC. She was moving anywhere she wanted to go. How sure are we that they could not come back and open and put any other ballot papers? Our teams will be on Thursday, 3 a.m. in the morning to also supervise and check out. If Byabakama does not respond today or tomorrow, we shall inform you the next move of action after making a lot of consultations. I thank you. Maybe Murutoro, abantu batori balyangi nyo Davis wa Mungu kandi ni coordinator wa National Unity Platform. Kiro chenjo mu bichweka bya toro byona tutungirege boxes ziri mu bururu mu districts zikiro bwingi. Kyonka tumaliriye na district ya Fort Portal. I was very surprised motoka esimbwe samkaga Kampala kweka seitano nekichweka Fort Portal. Abukuwa delivery note ni yoleka esimbwe samkaga nekichweka beti eka seitano nekichweka Fort Portal. Kandi esimbwe naye yakabarole hiyo ya ikakara neza kamwenge na chegego za ikakara kumanya kakodio akaba isi barukozesa kandi ikipapuro kibasindikiraho ubururu tugenda kutera tosobora kyakaniza ni ikipapuro kibwire nasa ni habu ni ikipapuro ekya government oko kuli kuswaza kwa government yene ya Museveni yonyine. How can an electoral commission ya equate independent kusindike ikipapuro kitaro address ya kampani, address ya kitongole, stamp, kyonka kiro, serial number rundiki. So ebyo bintu byokuswaza kandi byabakama naswaza muno. Nabwe kintu saba ensonga zinu bazigonjole. Ekyakabiri tusangireko mpira ogwa puncture guli mu motoka kandi seals kyaro twayikaguzo mu mpira ogwo bakaguteka mu bata kandi ha delivery note tabakoleka ngo bakapakingira mu mpira. Ekikumanyisa nikisanga ngo bakakingura motoka egi bayihindura mpira banga bagaramba atahusiru ezini. Tuongere twasanga box yezo nizoleka ngo bakazokya zichaine no buntu obukumansuka ekikumanyisa zishaka. So mtunihira tubasoko bazisazire higuru bazitwala bazokezao bayongera bazipakingira mu obururu bundi. Nabwe kintu saba Mr. Byabakama na team ya Electoral Commission hano yo region most especially for the portal mu areas mu bichweka ebya Nyakagongo, Haruba, Butebe Ward, Karambi, Gwe, ezo polling stations hamu na Mandako na Kiguma. Ntintunihera baine kuba bazikwasa kwasiremu kandi benda kwiba akaruru kayo umunyayuganda kutuliriza. Na habweke Mr. Byabakama tukuhere ebiro bibiri okozere response. In fact ntujana kuhandikira officially okore response. Oborabo tagikozere ntusaba abanyayuganda mukere inyo abali supposed kulinda akaruru mukebe ebi bichweke bitwabagambira ha black box okiraki etaga polling station mukeo samwenda mujya kukawa mulinde ikirarugamo tukonfaminge biki ebiri mundu habokuba parking list tuzine izabakomi n'oburu wine kuba mbuyongeramu polling station ogerabi n'abakomi 10 urundi rukaga amateka nigagamba nibongera mu bururu 20 so itumaisa zijja kuba rukaga na 2 bongira 20 rukaga na 5 tuija kubara tuscanning tumanye ngunugo bonyine rukaga na 2 bwizire mbongire 20 bwa rukaga 20 ubu turasangamo urukiramu this time akarunu tugambiye tugenda koraki kabanja kandi tujja katera tungire tukabanja kino tukwafectinga ba presidential candidates bonga ni cyafectinga nayo MP wawe wesimbire tomanyire ubundi babemebera MP president rundi woman MP so abantu nyine kutekinga kini interest mu kintu kino kandi nenyo aba electoral commission ntubasaba mufune mu respecti haboko mubire very arrogant mujuma abantu nimubaza kubi and all that you need to give people respect that they deserve. Nimbasima mungu bale.
Okay, webale Honorable Davis abantu bafoto ntwongera ku edicyane kana akaruru nkaba kwata hinywene akaruru kanu tukaleka baitwa kaitwa abisimbire hakuba buno mugisa gwanyu komo mbezi abara abahereza so nimbasaba ensonga zimwe zitwale ikintu ekikuru hanu haroho woman member of parliament contestant wa NUP atenyera bene cyukubaza
bantu baraga masiba muta ngamkorode banyito dusingire byange na Twele Jacqueline anyakwesimbira ngaho NUP for Porto City hatikete ya no nyote kwa kanamu na bagenzi bange barwa kubaza habukuba I was personally at EC ebintu byona mbirozere, and to my disappointment is the arrogance with which the Electoral Commission people were communicating with. There is a gentleman who actually even told us that even if we were not there, those materials would have been opened and they would have been received. So I was like, as if we're not really supposed to be part of the receiving team. Now, that aside, I was even shocked to see that ballot boxes were like they had been welded like a few minutes or a few hours before their arrival. That really shocked me, and it has really created a very negative attitude in my heart today, because since yesterday actually I've been reflecting on this. I've been looking at the time we have spent in the communities, trying to really call upon people to come and vote, trying to agitate for a free and fair election. But to our disappointment, the boxes were already tampered with by all standards, because some boxes actually had seals that were broken. That's number 2. Some of the seals were broken, which my colleagues I think have not really talked about. Another thing that I was disappointed with is where we kept the store. Someone, a DPC, walked away with the keys to a store that was keeping materials, electro materials, for the entire Porto City. That really disappointed me, and I think most of the things have been talked about, and even mostly what disappointed me the most was this the dispatch note. This really disappointed me. Look at this note. Look at this dispatch note. There is nothing to show that this note is actually from the Electoral Commission, my people and Ugandans. Look at this note. Look at it very clearly and very closely. There is nothing to show that it is from the Electoral Commission. Actually, when I questioned this man, he was like, I think you're so learned and you think you know too much English. But I asked him, this is not connected. This is a document from a government store. And it is delivering information that is very important to Ugandans. Because as you know, election is very, very important to us. That was my communication to a very arrogant gentleman who was representing the Electoral Commission. Because he told us that even if we were not there, these materials would have been received. So, with all that, we are really disappointed. I have been reflecting over this since last night and wondering, why do we waste so much time? Why do we waste so much time trying to organize, look for votes, do everything that we have been doing in the communities? Now, I'm calling upon Ugandans to take keen note, to watch as you go out on the election day on the 15th. Please be very keen and be very early. The agents, please be very keen, because as if there is a hidden scam that is being prepared. As my colleagues have already communicated, I will not talk much, but as a candidate for Fort Portal City, I was so disappointed. It was my first time actually to witness electoral materials being received, but I was so disappointed. I was first hit with this dispatch note and a lot of other things that followed. So now, I think I'll end here.
Thank you so much.
Ibara lyange ni Nyowatere Jacqueline anyakwesimbireho nkawoma ni MP Fort Portal City. Kiro kyaito ekiro zibere zitakaikire saha mukaga tubere tuli Electoral Commission tulindiriire electoral materials kuruga mu EC. Baito tuberege ha EC tubere very disappointed. Ekyo kubanza nyo kizire kundisappointinga haboko overkingire that box inyakubere mu the very many ballot boxes. The very many boxes that were containing ballot boxes. This is what first hit me. Because one of our colleagues, actually, one at Ajuna Daka, akabwize, ekipapora ekimuletire ebintu kino kirinka. Bakisera kibere kiri mu file twakirora, betu kino ekipapora abantu barahanga nikyo baletire mu papula eyo. Nikyo baletire mu electoral materials ezo. Busaho kintu kyona kikoleka mu ekipapora kino. Nkiruga mu Electoral Commission bantu barahanga. Mukirole mukyetegereze kurungi. Habakuba abantu abamu tukubaza ebintu bino nibagira omuntu bihe bisuba. Mukirole ekipapula ekyo iyo bwokuba nokirora omuntu wa Toro, omuntu wa Uganda, ekipapula kino kyoleka ngu end dispatch note ebirenerwa mu Electoral Commission mukyetegereze. Nyo nikyo kibanze kuntera mu maiso. Baito abasajja barugireyo abakubaza kubi muno. Abaireho musigazi yomu atubalize kubi muno yatugamba inyo no mwakwere mutali hano ebintu biberembitsa correct bibembitsa kwatu na habwekyo inyo actually to tuzokire kabatabere batenda mugaso mukitweke ekyo ekintu ekyatumara mu amani then otugenzere boxes of amazero kusteka hansi twayetegereza ngo boxes ezo haiguru zisazirwe kandi zibere nizoleka ngo nubo bakazokya nebyome ebikoche bya welding na habwekyo kintu ekyo kyamara muna amani ndeire kintu ekyo nikitekerezaho ninyakaguza mali obwire obutumazire ntugenda mu communities ntusera akaruru bubeire bwaki habwensonga mali kurora it is as if any election already results zayo ziri predetermined na habwekyo bantu barahanga bagenzi bange bikiro bwingi babibalizeho ekintu kubasaba ito tutukujja kulekera hano hakuba karuru kantu tuina kakoma tuina kalinda no barakaiba tuina kabanza mugenda ha polling stations ba agents. I have very keen interest in by agents. Mwetegereze kurungi ebintu bakubasobora kandi murahika polling stations nimbasaba abantu barahanga mubiteke mu nkora nenyo abakomi no kila muntu hano waiting for Porto City nimbasaba mugende mwetegereze kurungi obaraba nibakoma mwetegereze ebintu bino ebebarabiremu the civic education ebarabiremu nibabegesa mugiteke mu nkora abantu barahanga hakuba ito nicyo twina cyonkejo mali obuboxi nibusokera kimu kandi tubulibona kakuba bubere bulibona wagizire ngo maybe electoral commission delivering ile kanko buti bundi something like that na habwecho nyowe nkatwere Jacqueline nimbasaba mukere ebyo kwezi 15 mugenda ha polling stations ito lekatukolo gwetu nkabanya Uganda beitu tweralikirira muno ito nkabantu ba Porto City kamukwe abantu baturabizege yesterday aba electoral commission babere basana ngo bene kintu kibakuswekera hakuna tukagenzera maiso twakaguza drive babere batakwenda tumukaguze kintu cyone nuko tumanyi na habwecho nimbasabire kozi 15 mukere tukolo gwitu bantu barahanga nyonse gere mara wanya tere Jacqueline anyakwesimbiro nkabuma ni MP for Porto City. Hati otubaira tuli electoral commission mutahi wetu otumazira kwetegereza ngo kipapura ekibaletireho the dispatch note ekibaletireho the electoral materials ngo ebereta koleka muneruga mu electoral commission mutahi wetu immediately yakwate simu yatandika kwetegereza ubundi nebinyakuli mumotoka nebyahukanaho nebitubere tuli supposed to receiving niho na video yerugireyo eitwina sahazin baitu bantu barahango museije bigamba actually bindi nebirugaye byonka mu video atugambira ito no mutwakubeyireho no museijo no musigazi yonu bamkwasire bamkwata kandoyi bamkwasire hampale bati bamuhimba bamtwara hero bamuhungura hero ya electoral commission habokuba bere nagezaho kuoleka kurora exactly kinyakulimuki ekinyakule mu motoko nebibaraturuki na mutahi wetu wa Muhumbu Davis obagambire nyowe ni na list hano ebintu bimubituruki ni mukoraki ntu following a list bantu barahanga tibamuhulirize kuyaho nawo babemenda bakumuturuki kumuteka hero ya electoral commission na habweke ebintu ebyo nibyo turabemuga yesterday otubere to receiving the electoral materials as a Porto City baitu abaseija mbarora bali mu mbisani yo nibo babeire hogo to receiving actually nibo batubalize na kubi muno omuseije wa brown wanyakujere jacket actually tintungiri barali jacket ya black atubalize kubi muno yatugamba no muntu akwere oh he's the returning officer for patrol. Returning officer was very arrogant and very rude and he did not actually mean that we were there as candidates tatubazira mu magazine nakati na habwecha abantu bo wetu toro nimbasaba leka twerwaneho leka tugende bebe kwezi 15 tukolo ogwetu tunuko abantu barahanga mwebale muno.
Okay, mwebale muno iki kyatuleta hakumalira kwa press briefing yenu kandi tubasaba abantu ba fototo inywena mu rugeyo mukome mu rugeyo murore boxes ezino uruzibu mutagikiza gikingura ubweraba n'kiroranguki bagicwire murore musiyo zona ziro uzaba staroho mutagikiza gikingura hati ni saba aba agents baitu inywena mukirorengu ubuzibu tandikira kuzoka kandi kitagisa mungere mwamani no bukugu obutubatendekere ubwo butubatendekere mu kwesa kurungi kororangu kana akaruru tibakayi habwa ruhanga ni hanga lyange